Slowly make your way up to sit, take your time. Maybe first bringing your knees to your chest and gently rolling onto your right side. Use your left hand to push yourself up and come to sit. Maybe you'd like to sit on the block, elevate the hips a little bit, making it easier to bring the knees down towards the mat, making it easier to sit up straight. When you're sitting, just gently close your eyes. So I can say good morning to all of you. Welcome to this class, the people in the studio, the people who are watching on the other side of the screen. My name is Norman. And, I'm gonna guide you through this Tuesday morning class. Concentrate on sitting on the block, sitting on the mat, rooting your sitting bones to it. Maybe allowing yourself to get a little bit heavier. So giving a little bit of weight to the block or whatever you're sitting on. And taking an inhale to gently lengthen out from the lower back, creating space in the spine. Sitting with a straight back, elongating the neck, maybe tucking the chin in, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, maybe gazing in front of you, somewhere on your mat or in front of your mat, letting your gaze soften. Until you maybe are ready to close your eyes. And then join your hands together in front of the heart. Start this class where we always do by chanting 3 times Om. Exhale first. Take a deep inhale. Bowing your head down towards your hands, towards the heart space. Take a moment to dedicate your practice. Dedicate it to someone who maybe could use a little extra right now, some extra support or attention. And when you're done with your dedication, just bring back up the head. Let your hands rest again on your knees or upper legs and sit quietly for a few more moments, keeping the eyes closed. So, this past month we've been discussing the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali here at Svaha. And in my classes particularly, I've been concentrating on Book 1, portion on contemplation. As you may know, there are 4 books in the sutras, 4 padas, and book 1 is Samadhi Pada, portion on contemplation. And as we reached the end of the month, I've also reached the end of book 1, and it's the part where Patanjali goes a little bit deeper into this Samadhi. Samadhi is a state that you may or may not reach, but first, if you have master this one-pointedness, this one-pointed concentration, and gone on to the next step, which is meditation, then maybe you will reach this next step, which is also the last step of the 8 limbs, samadhi. And here's something that Patanjali has to say about that. Just as the naturally pure crystal assumes shapes and colors of objects placed near it, so the yogi's mind, with its totally weakened modifications, becomes clear and balanced and attains the state devoid of differentiation between knower, knowable, and knowledge. This culmination of meditation is samadhi. So the mind of the yogi, with its totally weakened modifications, means that the yogi has cultivated one thought form at the cost of all others. When you cultivate one alone, all the other impressions become weaker and finer. To give a physical example, if you concentrate on the development of the brain alone, you are apt to ignore the other parts of the body. And that is not only true of the physical body, the same is true of the mind. If you develop one idea through constant meditation, all other thoughts and desires will gradually die away. In our daily lives, we can see that too. If you are interested in someone, you think of that person day and night. If you open a book, your mind will not go into the subject, but instead will think of that person. You will gradually lose interest in all other people and things. Well, the same is true in yoga practice. Our concentration and meditation should be like that. The yogi whose vrittis have thus become powerless by the cultivation of one particular vritti ceases to distinguish between the knower, knowable, and knowledge, or meditator, meditated upon, and meditation. In meditation, you are conscious of all three: subject, object, and process of meditation. But at this point, the three become one. Either the object becomes subject, or subject becomes object. And when there's no subject-object separation, there's no process either. The mind is completely absorbed and loses itself in the idea or object of meditation. Now, let's see if you can meditate a little bit on that while doing our chant. Let's chant Asatoma, Satkamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma, Amritam, Gamaya. We'll chant it 3 times. Join in whenever you're ready. Let's start with an Om. Exhale. And take a deep inhale. Satoma, Sadgama. Patanjali gives the example of an object near a crystal. If you put a red flower near a crystal, the crystal itself appears to be red, like the flower. It becomes one with that. It accepts that. Likewise, the mind accepts the idea of your meditation and takes that form. Now let's see if we can gently open up our eyes. Come off your block. Check out your legs. Straighten them. Shake them, loosen them up. And then bend your knees. Bring your feet on the mat. Bring your hands next to the hips. Lengthen out from the lower back so you're sitting up straight. And see if you can straighten out the legs. Flexing the feet, pulling the toes toward you. And straightening the arms out in front of you. Getting ready for our practice, starting with Navasana. Getting right into the physical focus of this week, balances. See if you can find this balance. Maybe lifting up a little bit more, lifting out of that lower back. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale, bend the knees, cross your ankles, hold the feet, and roll over the shins. To come to hands and knees. Find your alignment here. Bring the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Press the hands firmly to the mat and spread the fingers wide. Let's get into another balance here. Straighten out your left leg. Lift it up, flex the foot. Bring the left hip a little bit more down. And on an inhale, straighten out the right arm as well. Lengthening out. And exhale, start to round the back. Bring the knee and the elbow towards each other. Inhale, lengthening again, pressing that back heel away, straightening out the front arm. Rounding the back on an exhale. Again, lengthening out. Exhale, rounding the back. One more time to lengthen. Then bend that left knee and bring your right hand back. Hold the inside of the left ankle, flex that foot. Lift the leg, lift the chest. And exhale, start to gaze over that right shoulder. Keep pressing your hands into the mat. That left hand, and keep pressing away from it. Maybe flexing the foot a little bit more, pointing the toes back on your next inhale, maybe lifting the chest a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Bring everything back to the mat. Your hand, your knee, and go for the other side. Right leg back, straighten the leg, flex the foot. Bring the right hip a little bit back so your hips are in line. Straighten the left arm. Inhale to lengthen, press that back heel away. And exhale, start to round the back. The elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, start to round. Inhale, lengthen again. Keep pressing away from that right hand. Starting to round the back on your next exhale. Taking one more inhale here, lengthening, then bending that right leg. Bring the left hand back, hold the instance inside of the ankle. Bring the leg up, bring the chest up, and look over your left shoulder. Stay here for a few breaths. See if you can lift up the chest a little bit more. Flex that back foot a little bit more. Take another deep inhale, coming to a maximum maybe. And exhale, release. Come back to hands and knees, spread the fingers wide one more time. Then curl the toes under. And come to a downward facing dog. Lengthening out the back side of the body, the backs of the legs. Lengthening out the lower back, walking the dog if you like. Getting ready for your yoga practice. And in your next exhale, come to a quiet dog with both legs straight. Stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, spreading the fingers. Exhale, pressing actively away from your hands. Bring your shoulders back. Inhale, lifting up the hips a little bit more towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the heels a little bit closer towards the mat. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders forward for a high push-up plank, pressing the heels away. And exhale, lower the body all the way down, turning the elbows in. Point the toes, press the feet. Inhale, bring the chest forward and up for cobra. Exhale, forehead back on the mat. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Then soften the knees and walk the hands towards the feet. Straighten the legs, keep the feet hip width. And grab opposite elbows, bring your arms over your ears, away from your ears. And lengthen out the upper body. Stretching out the legs, Uttanasana. Feet firmly into the mat. You can lift your inner arches a little bit more, pressing the sides of the feet a little bit more into the mat. Taking one more deep inhale, lengthening. And exhale, coming a little bit more forward. On your next inhale, slowly coming up. Rolling up the body. Chin to the chest, bring the head up last. Come to stand. And walk to the front of the mat. Bring your big toes together, your heels apart. Roll the shoulders back. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Exhale. On an inhale, hook the thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, and inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, lift your chest flat back, and exhale, step the right foot back, big step. Come high on the fingertips on your next inhale, and exhale, step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling. Pressing your way from your hands on your inhale. Exhale. Inhale, maybe lifting the sitting bones again a little bit higher. Exhale, bring the heels towards the mat. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, lower the body all the way down. Point the toes, bring the chest up for cobra. And exhale, forward back on the mat. Inhale, back to hands and knees. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg on an inhale. Step your left foot between the hands. Right foot follows. Lift your chest. And exhale, falling down. Bend your knees, hook your thumbs, lengthening out. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, hook the thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step the left foot back. Combine your fingertips on an inhale, create space. And exhale, step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Again, 5 breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Maybe straightening the legs a little bit more. Lifting up the knees. Exhale. Taking one more deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, lower the body all the way down. Pointing the toes. Lift the chest on an inhale, cobra. Keep the elbows close to the body and exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right leg high. Step the right foot between the hands. Left foot follows. Lift the chest and exhale, falling down. Bend your knees, hook your thumbs, lengthening out. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Spread your arms on your next inhale, big circle. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, step the right foot back. Hip width, straighten that back leg. And on an inhale, coming up. The upper body and arms are under Vinyasa. Front knees deeply bent. See if you can bring the left hip a little bit more back. The right hip a little bit more forward, keeping them more or less squared off. Straightening the back leg. Bring the heel towards the mat. Keeping the front knee deeply bent. Lengthening the arms on an inhale. Softening the shoulders. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, bring the hands back to the mat. And step to a downward facing dog. Take a breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. Vinyasa, on an inhale, bring your shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, low plank just above the mat. Roll over the toes, bring the chest forward and up, upward facing dog. And lifting back up the hips for downward facing dog. Inhaling. And exhaling. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhaling. And exhaling. On an inhale, bring the left leg up. Step the left foot between the hands. Right foot follows. Lift your chest and exhale, falling down, Uttanasana. Inhale, coming up with straight legs, spreading the arms wide, looking up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale. Exhale, falling down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, step the left foot back, hip width, straighten that back leg. And on an inhale, coming up, Anjaneyasana. Lengthening out the upper body. Lengthening out the arms. Softening the shoulders. Arms alongside the ears. Exhale. Inhale, maybe lifting up the chest a little bit more. Keep softening those shoulders as you exhale. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale. And bring your hands back to the mat. Stepping back to a downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Go for a Vinyasa. Bring your shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, low plank just above the mat. Rolling over the toes, bring your chest forward and up. Keep straightening those arms, upward dog. And rolling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right leg high. Step the right foot between the hands. Left foot follows. Lift your chest flat back. And exhale, falling down. On inhale, coming up with straight legs, spreading the arms wide, looking up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. One more round. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, step the left foot back. And step the right foot back. for downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. 2 more, inhaling and exhaling. 1 more deep inhale. Excuse me, and exhale. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Step the right foot between the hands. Straighten that back leg coming up on an inhale. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands in front of the heart towards the chest. And then turn the upper body to the right. Bring your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Lift out of that elbow, lifting yourself up. Then looking over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Pressing the ball of that front foot actively into the mat. See if you can find the balance and keep the balance. Maybe you lose the balance, then find it again. See if you can bring your back heel a little bit more up. So the back leg is up towards the ceiling. Taking 1 more deep inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale to look down. Bring your hands back to the mat and step to downward facing dog. Take a breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Other side, left leg coming up. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, upper body to the left. Right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Lifting out of that elbow. Bringing the hands towards the breastbone. The thumbs towards the breastbone. And looking over your left shoulder. Looking up or looking forward. Feeling the twist. Feeling the balance as well. Making sure your front knee is deeply bent. Maybe you can bend a little bit deeper. Bring your knee a little bit more forward. Yes. Keep straightening that back leg. Press that back heel away. Take 1 more deep inhale. And exhale to look down. Hands back to the mat. And back to a downward facing dog. Taking a vinyasa, bring your shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, low plank. Turn the elbows in. Roll over the toes. Chest forward and up, upward facing dog. And rolling back. Lifting the hips again for downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking another deep inhale here. Keep lengthening out. And exhale. And bend the knees. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Bring your big toes together. Bring your sitting bones towards the heels. And straighten out the arms in front of you. Bring your forehead to the mat. For a good old child's pose. Maybe closing the eyes if you like. Allowing the breath to slow down again. Now, child's pose is of course a resting pose. I mean, it's mostly used as a resting pose. Child's pose can also be a nice break between the 2 Suryas we do here. Surya A, Surya B. Just allowing the breath to slow down after the first one. And preparing you in a way for the second one. Another thing about child's pose is taking a child's pose to remind you that you can always take one at any point during the class. Whenever you feel you're getting out of breath, whenever you feel your body protesting in a way that's not pleasant, whenever your mind starts to wander, feel free to come to child's pose for a few breaths, or maybe even more than a few. Allowing the breath to slow down again, maybe reconnecting with the breath, noticing the movement again. Sometimes we lose track of that while we're moving through all these asanas, through all these sequences, flows. And maybe I'm probably not telling you anything new, right? But sometimes it's nice to be reminded. We all need that reminder sometimes. But it's okay too. Take care of yourselves. Take it a little bit easy. Sometimes. Not always. Push so hard. Taking a few more breaths here. Sinking a little bit deeper into the hips. A little bit in the sitting bones, a little bit closer towards the heels, the chest. A little bit closer towards the mat. Take one last long exhale. And on an inhale, bring your hands under your shoulders. Slowly start to roll yourself up, keeping the chin to the chest. Bring the head up last. And when you're sitting, walk your hands forward to the front of the mat. Bring your knees back under the hips. Your hands back under the shoulders. Spreading the fingers wide. Tucking the toes under and lifting up the sitting bones again. For downward facing dog, lengthening out. Then bend the knees and slowly walk the hands to the front of the feet to the front of the mat. Sorry, your hands are already at the front. So bring the feet there as well. Bring your feet again hip width. And just let your upper body hang down for a moment. The knees bend and shake it out. Shaking out your head and neck, your arms and shoulders. Maybe swinging the upper body from left to right. And then see if you can bring your hands in front of your feet with their palms facing up, the fingers towards the toes, so you can step your feet onto your hands. Maybe towards the palm of your hands, and maybe all the way to the beginning of your wrists. See what works for you. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the chest. Exhale, slowly start to pull forward. Lengthening out again. Now balancing on your hands. See if you can bring your weight, your body weight, a little bit more to the front, the middle and front of the feet towards your hands. Maybe moving gently forwards, backwards, so you find that balance in the middle. And if you like, maybe straighten your legs a little bit. Taking one more inhale here. Exhale. And bend the knees, come off your feet. And come off your hands, sorry, you're still on your feet. And slowly roll yourself up again. Keeping your feet firmly into the ground. Bring your head up last. Come to stand. And bring your hands in your hips. What's going on? Are you okay? Even die zijkant liggen. Ben je oké? Okay, I hope nobody freaked out. We're taking care of the situation here. Please try to remain calm. Yeah, let's continue with the class. Maria's gonna take care of her, and hopefully she'll be okay to return to the class, and hopefully we are too. Maybe come just to Tadasana mountain pose, so we can close our eyes for a moment, rolling the shoulders back, your hands and palms forward. Noticing what's happening inside your body. Maybe you notice the breath speeding up, maybe the heart speeding up. Take another deep exhale here. And on an inhale, open up the eyes. And slowly start to bring the weight onto your right foot, so you can lift up the left knee. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands around the knee, finding the balance here. And then bring your right hand onto your left hand towards your left ankle. Bend the knee and bring your foot high onto your leg. Press the foot against the leg against the foot. Bring your hands in front of the heart. feel steady. On an inhale, straighten out the arms as well. For Vrikshasana, tree posture. Looking at one point in front of you, on the floor, on the mat, lengthening out. On an inhale, maybe lengthening out a little bit more. See if you can again drop the shoulders a little bit lower. And then exhale, slowly bring your hands towards the heart. And bring them back into the hips. Bring your left knee forward. And see if you can grab the left ankle with your left hand. So you can bring your left heel to your left bum. Then straighten out the right arm, connecting thumb and index finger. And lifting up that back leg. So you can bring the upper body forward. Maybe bring it parallel to the floor. Opening the hand palm up towards the ceiling. Lifting up a little bit more. That leg, staying here for a few more breaths. See if you can find that balance. Inhale, beautiful. And exhale, slowly coming back up. Letting go of your ankle. Bring your hands back to the hips. Straighten out the left leg. And bring your left foot down. Shake it out. Going for the other side. Bring the weight to the other foot so you can lift up the right knee. Interlacing your fingers around it. And then bring your left hands into the hip. Hold your right ankle. Bring your foot up high against the leg. Bring your hands in front of the heart. And straighten the arms out. If you feel steady. Keep pressing that left foot into the mat. Maybe lengthening out a little bit from that ankle so you really can create some space, some lightness in the posture. The same with your arms. Straightening out the arms a little bit more. Also, maybe can bring a little bit of lightness. If you're standing steady, maybe you can bring your hands a little bit more back, your arms a little bit more back alongside the ears. Taking one more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Then bring them to the hips. Bring your right knee forward and grab that right ankle. And bring that right heel back. Straighten out the left arm, connecting thumb and index finger. And slowly start to lift that left leg up. The sole of the foot towards the ceiling, the upper body parallel to the floor. Finding that balance again. Maybe finding that one-pointedness. Looking at that one point on the floor, really finding this concentration. It's really what it's about, what we're trying to find. This concentration, and slowly on an inhale, coming back up, hands back in the hips, straightening the right leg, foot to the floor, and shake it all out one more time. And then come to a wide spread stand, opening up to the puja wall here, so let's all face this wall. Turning the toes in, the heels out, legs are straight. On an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, slowly come halfway forward with a flat back. And then bring your hands under your shoulders on the floor. On an inhale, come high in the fingertips, lengthen. And exhale, slowly walk your hands back in line with your feet. The crown of the head towards the floor. Then bring your hands fully on to the floor. Bending the elbows. Vasarita Paratonasana. See if you can here bring some of that body weight into your hands. So you also can make this posture a little more into a balance, a hand balance, an arm balance. Maybe moving your body a little bit more forward. Keep pressing away from the hands as well. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, walking the hands forward again. Coming high on the fingertips, flat back, and then bring your hands back into the hips. Press your feet into the mat and slowly come all the way. And then either jump or step your feet together. Shake them out one more time. And come back to the front of the mat for Surya B. Bring the toes together, heels apart, roll the shoulders back, and bring your hands in front of the heart. Close your eyes for a moment. returning to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. On an inhale, open up the eyes. Take an exhale here. And on your next inhale, spreading the arms wide, looking up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, lift your chest flat back. And exhale, either jump or step. Jump to a low plank. Or step to downward facing dog. Come to an upward dog on your inhale. And back to downward facing dog on your exhale. Taking a breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands. The left heel circles down onto the mat. And inhale, lifting up to warrior number one. Exhale. Keeping the front knee deeply bent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Lengthening out the back leg, pressing that back heel firmly into the mat. Taking one more deep inhale here. And exhale, open to warrior number two. Sinking a little bit deeper into those hips. Bending that knee a little bit deeper. Maybe see if you can bring the tailbone a little bit closer towards the mat. Shortening the front of the body. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, circle the hands back to the mat. Step to a low plank for Vinyasa or step to downward facing dog. Yogi's choice. Now feel free to skip these Vinyasas at any point. Getting ready for the other side. Left leg coming up on an inhale. Left foot between the hands. Right heel comes to the floor and inhale. Lifting up. For number one. Exhale. Again, keep it in front, knee deeply bent. Back leg straight. Pressing the back of the side of the back foot into the mat. Inhale, lengthening a little more. And exhale, opening to warrior number two. Making sure the front knee stays bent and also keeps pointing forward over your front toes. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking one more deep inhale. Exhale to sink a little bit deeper. And inhale, circle your hands to the mat for Vinyasa or for the downward facing dog. Coming over the toes, lifting up, upward facing dog. And coming back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, inhaling. Exhaling. Take another inhale. And exhale. Now bend your knees, look at your hands. Step or jump forward. Lift your chest. And exhale, slowly fall all the way down. Now bend your knees, bring your fingertips onto the mat. And inhale, lift up the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, sitting a little bit deeper. Inhale, straighten the legs, looking up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, circling the arms. Exhale, pulling forward and down. Inhale, lift the chest, flat back. And exhale, low plank. Or downward facing dog, yogi's choice. Keep the elbows close to the ribs during your Vinyasas. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right leg high. Step the right foot between the hands. Left heel circles down. Warrior number one. Exhale. Take another deep inhale. Maybe bring the chest a little bit more forward. And exhale, open sideways. Warrior number two. Gazing over your fingertips. Maybe looking over your left arm for a moment. And bring your gaze back in front. And lift the palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your right hand forward and up. Left hand resting on that back leg. Reverse warrior. Now bring that knee, that right knee a little bit more forward again. We all tend to stretch it here in this posture. Back leg is strong. Exhale. And inhale, coming back up at the upper body. And straighten that front knee. Lifting up the kneecap. And reaching forward with your right hand. Bring your right hand on your ankle or shin. Bring your chest up, straighten your left arm up. And look up. Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose. See if you can keep both legs straight. Both feet firmly planted into the mat. Shoulders on top of each other. Maybe bring your hand a little bit more towards my finger. Yes, that's one line. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale, looking down at your front foot. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bend the front knee. And inhale, circle the hands back to the mat for Vinyasa. Or downward facing dog. Again, yoga's choice. Moving through your Vinyasas using your breath. Other side, left leg coming up. Step your left foot between your hands. Right heel circles down. Inhale, warrior number one. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, open. Warrior number two. Shoulders soft. Arms strong. Flip the palms, bring your left hand forward and up. Your right hand on your back leg. And looking under your arms towards the ceiling. Again, bringing that knee a little bit more forward. That left knee. Press the back heel actively into the mat. Exhaling. And inhale, coming back up. Straightening your front leg. And reaching forward with your left hand on your ankle or shin, maybe on the floor. Bring your chest up, straighten your right arm up. Feel that your shoulders are coming right in one line. Keep your neck long too as you look up. Maybe bring the chin a little bit closer towards the chest. Take another deep inhale. And exhale to look down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend the front knee. And inhale, circle hands back to the mat. For Vinyasa. Or for a downward facing dog. Keeping the elbows close to the ribs, the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a few breaths here, inhaling. And exhaling. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Step or jump forward. Straighten your legs, lift your chest. Exhale, folding down. Bend the knees, bring your fingertips on the mat. Inhale, lifting up the arms. Utkatasana. Sitting a little bit deeper in your exhale. Inhale, straightening out, looking up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. One more round, inhaling. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fly to a chaturanga, step to a downward dog. Making sure you keep space between your shoulder blades and your low plank. Coming to a downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Step your right foot between the hands. Left heel circles down. And coming up, warrior number one. One breath. Exhale, open, warrior number two. Bring your right hand forward. And bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Press your arm against your leg. Bring your chest up. And look up. Straightening the left arm up and bring it over the head to the middle of the room. Utthita Parshvakonasana, looking under the left armpit. Towards the ceiling again. Lengthening out the neck. Just stay as long as you like, huh? Don't feel pressure. Straightening out the entire left side of the body. Take another big inhale, beautiful. And exhale, looking down, left hand on the left hip. Right hand forward and outside of that right foot. Now kick up that back leg. Bring your hips in one line. Straighten your left arm. And maybe look up over your fingertips towards the ceiling. Keep flexing that back foot, pull the toes towards you, press the heel away. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, maybe lifting up the back leg a little bit more. Taking one more deep inhale, lengthening out in all directions. And exhale, bring your left hand down, level the hips, and step to downward facing dog. Step or jump, you can jump to a low plank as well. Staying down dog or do a vinyasa, it's all yogi's choice. It's your practice. Listen to your body, not too much to your mind. We all meet in downward facing dog. Getting ready for the other side. Left leg coming up on an inhale. Step your left foot between the hands. Right heel circles down. Inhale. Warrior number one. Exhale. Warrior number two. Reaching forward with that left hand. Bring your left hand on the inside of the left foot. Maybe use a block. Bring your chest up straight and that right arm up. And bring it over the head. To the middle of the room. Looking under your armpit again. Another Utthita Parshvakonasana. Keep pressing away from that left hand, whether you have it on the floor or whether you have it on the block. Create length. Stretching out the entire right side of the body all the way to your fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Look down. Right hand on the right hip. Left hand forward and outside of the left foot. And kicking up that back leg. See if you can bring the hips on top of each other. Flexing that back foot. pushing the heel away, Ardha Chandrasana, inhaling, exhaling. See if you can straighten that left leg a little bit more, lifting out of that left ankle, taking one more deep inhale, and exhale, bring your right hand down, level the hips. Stepping back to a downward dog, flying back to a chaturanga, yogi's choice. Keep moving to the breath, connecting the movement to the breath. Let's do one more thing here. Exhale. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands. Bring your left hand on the floor, maybe use a block. Press away from that block and bring your right hand on your sacrum, bring your right shoulder open. And straighten out that right arm for a twist. Making sure your front knee stays pointing right to the front. Not falling out, not falling in. Taking one more inhale to lengthen. Exhale to look down. Bring your right hand on your right hip. Bring your left hand forward. Maybe bring the block with you. Kick up your left leg. And then turn that right shoulder again up towards the ceiling. Look up again and straighten that right arm. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Keep pressing that left heel away again. Toes pointing down towards the floor. Taking one more inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bring the right hand down and step back to downward facing dog. Stay there for a breath. Going straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg coming up. Left foot between the hands. Right hand on the floor, maybe a block. Left hand on the sacrum. Turn the left shoulder up and look up. Straighten the left arm for the twist. Keep pressing away from your right hand. Bring the left knee a little bit more in. Inhale, lifting the chest a little bit higher. Exhale, look down. Left hand, left hip. Right hand coming forward. Straighten the left leg. Kick up the right leg. Bring the hips in one line. Bring the left shoulder up again. And straighten that left arm. Looking over your left fingertips towards the ceiling. Revolved held moon pose. Very nice. Maybe lifting that back leg a little bit higher. Maybe pressing that back heel a little bit more away. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale. Coming back. Stepping to a downward facing dog. And maybe doing one more vinyasa. Bring your shoulders forward for a high push-up plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. Taking one more inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Step or jump forward. Straighten, relax, lift your chest. Exhale, falling down. Inhale, coming all the way up, spreading the arms wide, looking up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Now stay there. Bring your feet a little bit wider, so hip width. And on exhale, see if you can slowly come down, bring your sitting bones down. So you can come to sit into a squat. Maybe you need to adjust your feet. Maybe you need to bring your knees a little bit out. If you need to, please do so. Inhale, lengthen out from the lower back. And exhale, close the eyes. Finding the balance in this posture. Again, maybe bringing the weight a little bit more forward, a little bit more back. Until you find that perfect, or maybe near perfect middle. Allowing the breath to go down again. Sinking a little bit deeper. With every exhale. Pressing the outsides of the feet a little bit more active into the mat. Maybe lifting the inner arches of the feet a little bit more. Take one more long exhale. And inhale, open up the eyes. Bring your hands behind you so you can bring yourself towards your sitting bones. Bring the soles of the feet together. Press those heels together. Bring your hands behind you again so you can lift yourself up. Interlace your fingers around your feet. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, see if you can slowly come forward, don't round the back, straight away. Maybe first bring your belly towards your knees. You can use your elbows to gently bring the knees a little bit more down. Don't push too hard. You don't want to push. You just want to follow the breath. And then let gravity help you along the way. Slowly bringing the upper body a little bit further down. Maybe just a little bit. Every little bit is something. Try to appreciate a little bit. Don't always want more. Start the fight, the war in your head. That's exactly what we want to get rid of, right? Another deep inhale. Lengthening out a little more, lifting the chest. Next inhale, slowly start to roll yourself up. Open up the eyes. And use your hands to bring your knees up. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Maybe do some shaking out of the hips. Then come to the front of your sitting bones. Pressing both legs actively into the mat. Flexing the feet, bringing the toes towards you. Inhale, lengthening out. Again, lengthen out to the lower back. Exhale, coming halfway down. Take your time. Inhale, take another lift here. Maybe holding on to the sides of your feet. Maybe holding on to your ankles. Maybe bring your hands beside your legs on the floor. Doesn't really matter as long as you keep those legs active, pressing them into the mat. Keep the toes active, your feet active, by pulling the toes towards you. Feel free to close your eyes while you're in Paschimottanasana. Bringing your awareness to what's going on inside the body. Maybe humming along to the Hanuman Chalisa. Feel free. Whatever helps to slow down the mind. Stop the mind from racing this endless race that we so often get on. Take a few more deep breaths. Using each inhale to create a little more space. Exhale to move down a little bit further. Sadhu Sant ke tumara kovare Asuran kandana Rama dulare Ashta siddhino nidhike. Take one inhale, deep inhale, maybe lifting the chest. Exhale, the last one here. And then your next inhale, lift the chest completely. Let go of your feet, your ankles slowly coming up. Bring your hands behind you on the mat, fingers facing forward. Bend the knees. The feet flat on the mat, turn the toes in, the knees are hip width. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. And exhale, lifting up the hips. Pull the belly in. See if you can bring your head back, relax the neck. Inhale, pressing hands and feet into the mat. Exhale, maybe lifting the hips a little bit more. Taking another deep inhale. Exhale, coming to a maximum, lifting up those hips. Lift up the head, bring the chin to the chest. Slowly coming back down. Then hold your toes in yogi toe lock. And lift up the feet. And see if you can spread the legs. Maybe keep your knees bent, or maybe you can slowly start to straighten those legs. If you're not sitting on your battery pack like I am, go for it. Let's make some space. Very nice, people. Maybe lifting out a little bit more from the lower back again. Maybe lifting up the chest a little bit more. Then bend the knees. Bring your feet flat on the mat. And see if you can come back into a squat. Can you do it without using your hands? Maybe you need an extra little jump. Try it. You really tried. I saw that. That's very good. Keep practicing. We all have to practice, right? Bring your hands back in front of the heart. Lengthen out again from the lower back. Now bring your right hand on the floor. Walk your fingers to the right. So you can bring the left arm up. Looking over your left fingertips. For a little twist here. You can use that right arm to press that right knee a little bit more out. Take another deep inhale, lifting up a little bit higher maybe. And exhale, bring your left hand down. Walk your left fingertips to the left. And bring your right arm up, looking over your fingertips. See if you can bring that right shoulder a little bit down. Don't let that shoulder climb up all the way into your ear. Feet pressing into the mat, especially the outsides of the feet. One more inhale here. And exhale. Bring your hand back down. Let's try some Bakasana. Bringing your hands in front of you on the mat. As if you want to grab the mat off the floor. Lifting up the sitting bones. Maybe turning the toes forward again. And see if you can squeeze your upper legs, or your knees actually on your upper arms. Bring your weight forward, start to look forward. Maybe bringing one foot off the mat. Maybe bringing both feet off the mat. Keep pressing. Keep looking forward. There's some beautiful variations here. It's very nice. Keep trying wherever you are. Don't look around. Don't compare. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale, either step back or jump back, either to a low plank or to a downward facing dog. Take another nice long stretch here. Exhale. And inhale, bring the shoulders forward for a high push-up plank, pressing your heels away. And then take a long, long exhale to slowly bring your body down to the floor. Keep your elbows close to the ribs. And bring yourself all the way down. Pointing the toes back. Bring your hands under your forehead. Resting the upper body. Resting your legs, like roll out to the side. Maybe moving your hips from left to right. Releasing the lower back. Allow yourself a little moment of rest before we go into the back bends. Bring your heels and your ankles together again. The toes keep pointing back. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your straight legs off the mat. So you can keep your forehead on your hands. Just relax that upper body as much as you can. Focusing on the lower back part. Maybe bringing your awareness, your breath towards it. Lifting a little bit higher with those legs. Spreading the toes. Take one more deep inhale, coming to a maximum maybe. And exhale slowly, bring them down. Heels rolling out to the sides. Toes pointing towards each other. And moving the hips from left to right. Bring your ankles and heels together again. Now bring your hands back and interlace your fingers behind you. Bring your forehead back onto the floor. Actively press your feet into the mat. Feel that your kneecaps are off the mat. Inhale and exhale. Bring your chest forward and up off of the mat. You can keep your feet on the mat. We're going to do full Shalabhasana after this. Just concentrate on that upper body for now. Using your feet as an anchor. Notice that the more you press the feet, the higher you can lift the chest, keeping your neck long, in line with the spine. Taking one more deep inhale. And exhale, coming back down, right ear onto the mat. Relax your hands, your arms, your legs, your lower back. Move the hips from left to right. Going into full Shalabhasana now. Bring your ankles and heels together. Bring your hands on your thighs, hand palms on the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale and exhale. Bring your chest forward and up. And bring your legs back and up. Again, keeping the neck in line with the spine, looking down. Don't cramp the neck. Don't look up if you're bringing anything up. Let it be the chest, maybe coming up a little bit higher. Maybe bring the legs up a little bit more. Taking one more deep inhale, come to a maximum. And exhale, coming down again. Other side of the face to the mat. Again, rolling the heels out. Moving the hips. Relaxing completely just for a few moments. And bring your forehead back on the mat. Bend the knees and grab your ankles. Flex your feet. And bring your knees a little bit closer so your knees are in line with the hips. Inhale and exhale. Bring your legs off the mat. Press your ankles into your hands and bring your chest forward and up. Downward Asana. Keep pointing those toes back. All the way back. Flexing the feet. Maybe you can bring your knees a little bit closer towards each other. Yep. Hip width. Taking another inhale and then keep the neck long again. Keep your chin towards the chest. And exhale, release. Other side of the face to the mat. Keep switching sides. And moving again from left to right. With the hips. Preparing yourself for one more. Bring your forehead back on the mat. Bend your knees. Grab your ankles. Flex the feet. Bring your knees again, hip width, so bring them a little bit more in. Inhale and exhale. Lift up the legs, press your ankles into your hands and bring your chest forward and up. And bring your chin back to the chest. Feel the length at the back of the neck. Lifting up the legs a little bit more. Pointing the toes back a little bit more. Maybe bring the chest a little bit more forward and up. On your next inhale. And exhale, relax, release, coming back to the floor, other side of the face. Maybe moving the hips one more time, from left to right. And then slowly roll on to your back, rolling around. On your back, your feet flat on the mat, your knees are bent. Knees are hip width again. See that you can brush your middle fingers against the heels. Bring the heels a little bit out, the toes in. Bring your hands flat on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Lift up the hips. Bring your arms under you. Interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders under one by one. And press your forearms actively into the floor so you can bring your knees away from your toes. The chest towards the face. Now stay here if it's already quite enough. Or come to full bridge. Bring your hands beside the ears and push yourself up, maybe turning your fingers out, elbows in, pressing away from the hands. If you're standing up, turn your toes back in, the heels out. Keep pointing the knees to the front. Yes, in line with the hips. Take another inhale, maybe bring the chest a little bit close to the middle of the room. And exhale, slowly coming down, bring your chin to the chest. Lie down on your back, keep your feet on the mat, bring them as wide as the mat, so your knees can drop towards each other. Spread your arms for a moment, close your eyes. Feeling the effect of the posture on the body and breath. And let's go for one more. Open up the eyes. Bring your knees back to hip width. Inhale. And exhale, lift up the hips. Interlace your fingers again underneath. Use to roll the shoulders under. Setu Bandhasana, building a strong construction. Keep pressing the arms into the floor. Now stay here again if you like, or come to full bridge. Hands beside the ears. Turning your fingers out, the elbows in. Lifting up. Turning your toes back in a little bit more. Your heels out. Yes, very nice. Nice, people. Keep pressing away from those hands. Maybe straighten the arms a little bit more. Bring your chest a little bit closer to the middle of the room. And exhale, release. Coming all the way down again. Lying on your back. And then, if you like, you can bring your knees to your chest. Hold them there. Maybe hold them in your hands. Maybe wrap your arms around them. Maybe gently rocking from left to right. Maybe drawing small circles. Feeling what it is the body needs right now. And straighten the legs out towards the ceiling. Give them a good shake. Shaking out your legs, your ankles, your feet. And get ready for a twist. Bring your right leg over the left. Your right foot behind the left calf. Bring your left foot flat on the mat. Lift that left hip a little bit up. So you can bring your knees to the left. Spreading your arms wide. And turn your face to the right. Maybe closing the eyes. Maybe using a soft gaze in front of you. Sometimes when we sleep, we have dreams of divine beings or feel we are elevated to a higher place. If you have such dreams, remember them and let your mind dwell on them. It will also bring its same serenity and one-pointedness. Or, if you have not had any dream like that, imagine the peace of deep sleep. Everybody goes into a very peaceful state when they sleep. Of course, you're not conscious at the time, but when you wake up you say, "Ah, I slept very soundly." Now imagine that peace. Imagine the peace of that sleep, not the sleep itself. If you start imagining the sleep itself, you probably know where you will go. With your next inhale, lift up the legs. Give it a good shake again towards the ceiling. Shake it all out. And then take a similar twist to the other side, left leg over the right. Lifting up that right hip. So your knees can come to the right. Turn your face to the left. Again, closing the eyes or gazing right ahead. You can imagine a brilliant divine light which is beyond all anxieties, fear and worry, a supreme light in you. Visualize a brilliant globe in your heart representing your divine consciousness. Or imagine your heart to contain a beautiful glowing lotus. The mind will easily get absorbed in that and you have a nice experience. In the beginning, one has to imagine this light, which later could become a reality. And slowly lifting up the legs again, the knees up, and straighten out the legs. And give them another good shake. Shaking out the leg, maybe straightening out the arms so you can shake them out as well. And then bring your knees back to the chest. And slowly roll onto your right side. And use your left hand to push yourself up. To come to sit. I would like to end this class with headstand, Sirsasana. You can stay where you are if you don't need the wall. If you need the wall, please use any of the walls here. Also at home, if you need the wall, go to the wall right now. If you don't want to do Sirsasana, you can also do shoulder stand, of course. You can also just do Viparita Karani, lying on your back with your legs against the wall. So choose whatever suits best. If you do headstand, make sure you first create that strong foundation. Bring your forearms into the mat. So you can press yourself up, come onto your toes, slowly walk your feet closer towards the face. Maybe you can feel that lift. You can lift yourself up. And slowly stand up straight. In shoulder stand. Sorry, headstand we're doing, right? Maybe you're in shoulder stand. But nobody in the room really is. See if you can stay here for a few deep breaths. Keeping the ankles close together. Flexing the feet, pulling the toes towards you. Softening the gaze as you're looking in front of you. Can you maybe bring this a little bit more down towards your Yes, that's You can stay up for a few more breaths, of course. Feel free to come out at any point when you feel you have quite enough. If not, maybe you can challenge yourself a little bit more by staying a little bit longer. If you come down, come to child's pose, make sure you stay in child's pose long enough. If you're still up, you can stay up for 5 more breaths, counting your own deep breath. And if you stayed in child's pose long enough, slowly make your way over to Shavasana. Take your time. Take your time. Child's pose. When you're ready, come lie down on your back. Spread your legs. Bring your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Bring your arms away from your upper body. And palms facing up. Maybe bringing the shoulders a little bit further down towards the mat. Notice how that opens up the chest a little bit more. Also in Shavasana, see if you can lengthen the neck. Maybe you can use your hands for a little lift, lifting up the head. Bring your chin a little bit in, lengthening out, and slowly bring your head back towards the floor. Taking a few deep breaths and then letting go. People ask, on what should I meditate? Where should I get initiation? Is there just one way to meditate? To this, Patanjali clearly says, no, you can meditate on anything that will elevate you. Slowly start to deepen the breath. Start to move your fingers, your toes, your ankles, wrists. And when you're ready, slowly start to stretch out the body, bring your arms over the head, maybe interlacing the fingers, maybe holding onto opposite elbows. Stretching out the legs as well. And slowly start to bend your knees. Bring your knees to the chest. Hold them there for a moment. Maybe again, gently moving from left to right. Maybe drawing small circles. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly roll onto your right side. Stay on your right side for a breath or two. Giving yourself time to slowly come out of the Shavasana. Okay. See if you can keep the eyes closed as you press your left hand into the floor to push yourself up, to come to sit. Grab a block along the way, sitting on the block, elevating the hips again. Resting your hands on your upper legs or knees. Rooting the sitting bones to the block, allowing the weight to come down towards it. And using an inhale to lengthen out again from the lower back, sitting up straight. Relaxing the shoulders. Relax the face. And join the hands together in front of the heart. Exhale. And take a deep inhale. Sadhguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Slowly bow your head down towards your hands. Open up the eyes and bring your upper body forward towards the floor. Straighten the arms out and palms up towards the ceiling. The last symbol of bowing down to the practice. And when you're ready, come back up to sit. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste, people at home. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing the practice with me. Have a great day. And if people are worried at home, we're all fine. Everyone's okay. We all finished our practice. So don't worry. Have a great day and well, see you again sometime. Thank you. My pleasure.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram.